You have such an amazing background in reality TV, and things come to you all the time. What was the motivation for you to do this particular project?
I wanted to do something really exciting for my 20th anniversary in reality TV. And so my agent pitched a couple of shows. A lot of them I passed on, but this one was so intriguing because it just combined all those things that we love about reality TV. I love the challenges, right? And so on this show, you have people going out the window, out the door. There's always something. There's never a down or dull moment. You're on pins and needles trying to figure out who's going to make a break for it next. 20 people, tons of opportunities to get out. And so this show was really going back to my reality TV roots where it all started. And so I was really excited to join this cast. I also love the mixture of reality TV vets and the newbies. I think that is so much fun when you mix up folks who've not been on TV or haven't had an opportunity to compete with veterans. They play two different games.
I'm watching the show, and there's so much psychology happening in there. And then when you're looking at how to maneuver each particular individual, what are some of the tools that you're pulling in from your experience, bringing into that sensibility to like, okay, how do I manage this particular personality?
One of the most disarming things that I use is honesty in an environment where you can
Mm.
trust no one. When anyone asked me anything, I told them the truth. And they all walked away like, is she tricking me? Is she trying to sabotage me? And so it's so funny after all the things comes out, they're always like, you were telling me the truth. And so I weaponize the truth. If you ask me, Joy, hey, are you working with Kim? Yes, I'm working with Kim. They're like, what? She said it so easily, it can't be the truth. But I always try to be as authentic as possible. Of course, I took information, I used information, but for the most part, the thing that threw people off the most is I told them the truth, and half the time they didn't believe it. They later learned I was telling them straight up, but it is what it is. So I don't know if that's reverse psychology or what, but telling the truth is a very, eccentric approach to playing reality TV because nobody trusts anyone.
Yeah, I love that you said that because that is so important in today's world, right? People can't expect that you actually being honest. Oh my God, she's being real. That is such a rarity. So I can see how this
Oh,
can throw people off. Definitely. In this particular project, again, you've done a lot. What do you grow from this in terms of your own personality and the way you're thinking and strategy? What did you come away with?
oh my gosh, I'm so moved by the kindness of my house guest. I mean, in a way that just even thinking about it, it's like, wow, I can't believe they did that for me. I'm in law school, and I had to step away to join my class remotely through Zoom, and I would miss a lot of action. And I was in this little, makeshift workstation they made for me in a walk-in closet, and I couldn't have done the show without my house guests just looking out for me. My roommates would bring me something to eat because my class was a really long class, or they would tell me, hey, you don't want to miss this. You might want to step away for a second and come in. I mean, the way they had my back, I mean, I take away from this. Yes, this was a game. It was competitive. There was a lot on the line, but there are still some really kind people in the world. There are really
Mm.
good people in the world. And I was so blessed to have those folks as my roommates. And to be able to do that and to make those sacrifices for me, yeah, they could have run away with the money and not shared information with me. But time and time again throughout this experience, they showed up for me in ways that other people just have never done. And so it's just one of those gifts that I just will never forget because I did miss a lot during the time that I had to be in class, and they knew how important my legal education is to me. And they had my back. And so I'm very,
Yeah.
very grateful to the fellow class for that.
And what would you tell people out there who might want to consider this, maybe thinking some friend or family might say, no, don't do it. What would you say to them to empower them to take the chance and the opportunity possibly to learn the things you're learning? What would you say to them?
I would just say reality TV changed my life. I was a professor. I was teaching a college professor. I just left politics, and my life was going in a whole different direction. I probably would be teaching at a university, which is a good thing, right? Doing research and doing what I love. But getting into reality, I've had a chance to meet people I may have never had an opportunity to meet. And I've had an opportunity to travel to places I just would have never dreamed of and to do things that just I couldn't even imagine the things that I've experienced, as these rich experiences that I've had. I'm grateful. There are pitfalls to it because there are people who, for whatever reason, like me, don't like me, whatever. But I take the good with the bad and I keep going. So Joy, those are the things that I would say. There's a really good side to it, but there's also a side where you have to have thick skin. Thank you for the great questions. Bye, Joy.